Everyone, so today we are with Rajgeet Joshi. Rajgeet is in JNU. He is doing,
Yes.
he's in the School of Social Sciences. Welcome, Rajgeet.
Hi, ma'am. Hi.
So Rajgeet, let's start, the basic details of JNU. So JNU has
Okay.
schools SIS and SSS. So
Yes.
what is the basic course structure of SSS? How many students do you have? Just
Okay.
a little bit of details about the course that is there.
Okay. So JNU has two centers which offer MA in economics. One is the Center for Economic and Social Studies. It is under the School of Social Sciences, and the other center is School of International Trade and Development. It is under School of International Studies, and both of them offer MA economics. The other course is MA economics and focused on world economy and trade. And this course is MA Economics, and the structure is quite similar to the economics courses offered around India. And in first year, you have like these core courses of micro, macro, maths, and stats. And in the second year, then you have to decide your optionals. I mean, in second year, you can take four optionals out of 12 in every semester. So the course structure is well on par with any other offered in India. Yes.
Yeah, so it sounds completely similar to what DSE did.
Yeah, exactly. So my brother was in DSE, so I have a relative comparison there. Yes.
Yeah, so it sounds completely similar. And in terms of the difficulty level, like when I went from, let's say, my graduation to a master's, the level
Okay.
completely jumped. Like it was,
Yes.
things we had not done, heard, and we had
Yes.
gone from a year-long system to a semester system. So even that felt very fast-paced. So
Mhm.
everything is matlab, at quite a high level in the master's level. So was it the same for you at JNU? Like, is there a lot of jump in?
So for me, everything was new because I'm coming from a maths background. I am a graduate of maths, so for me, everything was new. But the material that we covered during our master's preparation, that was quite helpful. So it wasn't a sudden jump. So in JNU, it's a little different. So I mean, I'll take some time to explain this. So teachers here, even if you'll ask them very silly doubts, I mean, even if it is very trivial, you yourself know the answer, they will answer it. I mean, I admire them for their patience. What they do is they're very passionate about teaching you, and they will take time to explain even a very small doubt. So this was quite different for me. I mean, even in my undergrad, maths teachers are quite famous for just, I mean, only entertaining logical doubts. But here they are entertaining everything. So it was altogether new thing for me. So for because of that, because of I think teachers, the level of difficulty was not sort of all of it was not very difficult for
How many students
someone
are
coming
there
from.
in one,
Yes, there are 96 students, and it's a big department considering there are a lot of courses in JNU which have a size of 40 or 30, and yes, 96.
so you are divided into sections?
No, we have one class
One class.
because in first year you all are together, and after second year you get your optionals, and there are the choice of optionals is quite varied. I mean, you can go for econometrics to labor economics.
Okay, so this also sounds completely like DSC. First year
Yes,
together, and
yes,
then the second year is all optionals. And
yes,
again, same in DSC, you had options ranging from you could take anything, law, economics, labor,
yes,
economics,
exactly.
to doing completely maths based to topology, econometrics,
Mm,
capital markets, whatever you wanted. So that also
exactly.
sounds completely like DSC. So very similar structures actually.
Yes, I agree. So I would say the structure is completely different, completely similar. What I found was the difference in terms of teaching or in terms of how teachers. There is a slight difference between a JNU approach and a DSA approach, but it's just in terms of how teacher teaches you. That's it.
Yeah, so that sounds really nice. So you and everyone I'd like to mention, he just told me he's performing very well there. So Rajgeet is among
Yeah,
the toppers at JNU. So
I mean, I'm I am still
that's
not
nice
declared.
to hear.
Yes,
It's nice to hear that you are doing so well there, and you're it's a lot of had to do with the teachers that you're getting. So is it
exactly.
a lot of the old teachers that are still there, like the famous JNU
Yeah.
teachers?
So this semester, I was taught game theory by Krishnendu Ghosh Dastidat, and he's quite famous in his field. And Sugata Das Gupta is still here, so he teaches us econometrics.
Okay.
And Subrat Guha taught us optimization theory and growth theory. Problems of accumulation is the course name. And Praveen Jha taught us political economy. And other than that, Vishwajit Dhar, he taught us international trade. Among others, I think Indian economy, Himanshu sir taught us Indian economy, and Rohit Ajat sir is he teaches us macroeconomics. I mean, one day I was going to my class of international trade, and Vishwajit Dhar sir was teaching us that course. And I was just scrolling through newspaper because I was already late. And what I saw was it was the same article that the article in Hindu was by Vishwajit Dhar, and it was almost the same what we had discussed in the previous class. So it was kind of a refresher for me. He was discussing these foreign trade agreements and all, and it was, I mean, yes, sometimes you feel you have these moments in JNU. A
That's
similar moment was one day we were discussing in class with Praveen Jha sir, and the other moment he was on NDTV discussing the election results and all. So that happens quite a lot.
wow, that's fun.
Yeah,
Actually, I would
yeah,
enjoy
it
that.
is.
Oh, super. So that sounds
Yeah.
very nice. In terms of your, if I, your regular college life, so
Mhm.
right now you're on campus, and
Yes,
yeah, so that is one big plus point. You're back on
yes,
campus,
yes.
and so your classes are regular. You're living on the campus, JNU campus. How is it like? How's it there?
Yeah, so for those who are from DSE or who graduated from DSE, JNU is a little different here because almost everyone who is not from State Delhi, gets a hostel in JNU. So everyone is on campus, and there are around 16 or 17 odd hostels, and they are located in an area of 1100 acres. The JNU has a sprawling campus, and you can explore. I mean, it's a city, I would say. It's a not city, I would say it's a village in a city, and everyone knows each other, and it's a good campus life. So classes start around 9:30 in the morning in first year. So before that, you can have your breakfast and then go back to your hostel. Or there is this culture of reading room and libraries in JNU. So reading rooms are quite active. They are a place where you can join your peers and talk about almost everything under the sun. And library is a little, I mean, they're in central library, there are people from all courses. And when you see the level of effort and dedication that they are putting in whatever they are preparing for, then you get yourself motivated too. And that I felt, I mean, for me, JNU was when you see it from news and when you are a bystander, don't know anything about JNU, it's completely different. But when you go inside and you see those dhabas, these hostels, the library, these everything, then it gets completely different.
So JNU stays a lot in the news for sometimes the wrong reasons.
Yes,
And you feel from the outside that यहाँ पे सिर्फ दंगे हो रहे हैं
yes,
और यहाँ पे सिर्फ कुछ
exactly. So,
नहीं हो रहा है, पढ़ाई नहीं हो रही है 3-3 महीना.
yes.
That is the feeling that an outsider gets.
Exactly. So for me, my mother told me, I mean, are you sure you're going to JNU? Before getting myself enrolled there, I had to answer these questions too. But my father knew it, and he was quite sure what JNU is. And he sent me there. And yeah, from what you hear and from what you get there, there's a very different world. So it's a very, very quiet, calming, and peaceful environment there. You won't even feel. Sometimes I get news from the news itself. So this time,
Oh,
what happened was there was this some controversy was going on, and JNU administration switched off the lights or something. So I got 5-4 messages on my WhatsApp that JNU में light नहीं आ रही है क्या? And I was like, what? So ये news बन गई है कि light नहीं आ रही है. So at times you there's a hype around it. There's no answer to it. But now I think people are those who know it, they know it what JNU is, and those who don't, they'll believe in those myths and what they hear in news. Yes.
Yeah. So that sounds also very, reassuring that the environment is good. It is safe for girls also.
It's very safe for girls. That I should mention. I mean, JNU would be would be one of the only few places in Delhi where girls can walk at 3 a.m. or even 4. Yes. So, and it's safe. There are no rules in JNU as such. It's a utopian world in terms of freedom and independence that one gets. But there is this ethical and moral sort of rules which guide each other, and that's quite surprising for me that there are no rules, but still everyone is following some rules which are not written somewhere or which are not given to you in a code of conduct. So I don't know how that happens, but yes,
Humanity, everybody follows. That's good.
yes, that can be a good explanation for that. Yes,
That's really nice to hear. So it's good to hear you have a good course structure. Your teachers are very helpful. The space is completely
and
safe.
the fee is, I mean, I should mention it. So I paid it yesterday for the next semester.
I have paid more
So
than you have for my studies. Yeah, so I was saying that I have paid more than you for my education. I'm well aware of that.
yeah, so it's like less than 500. I mean, I for one semester we paid 300. I think that was the first semester. And for second, I think it was 100 something. For third also, it's 100 something, 200 something. Yes.
When I
So
tell
that,
that to people, they don't believe that this is the fees.
yes, I mean, so I say it to my friends who are working, and I tell them, okay, you are paying taxes. Thanks to public
That's your
education,
education.
I'm getting funded by
Yes,
your, and
definitely.
yes,
Isn't there
fees
a
is
computer fee which is high? Computer room fee or something?
what?
In JNU, isn't there a computer room fee or something which is a little high?
No, it's everything is included in this.
No. So the fees we were talking about, so the fees is very nominal. You're saying everything is included, computer and everything, and hostel.
Yes. The hostel fee is the rent for your room. It's a double sharing room.
Okay.
It's 10 rupees for month, and above that you'll have to pay your mess charges, which will come around 3,000 to 3,500 in most hostels. Yes, that would be the range. Yeah, the fees, I mean, you don't have to, when you come to JNU, you're coming there just to study. I mean, everything else would be taken care of. It will be either nothing or will be nominal. And a lot of students who are coming from economically weaker sections and other things, they get these merit come mean scholarship too. So they get around 2,000 per month. JNU pays them that sum. Yes.
For their fooding and
For this, yes, fooding and other things. So for a support kind thing.
that's
Yes.
that's amazing. So it's literally
Yeah.
everything.
Yes.
Okay. So so we are good on the syllabus, the campus, everything. How about placements and all now? So there is this also thing about
Yeah.
JNU that everybody goes for IAS or higher
Yes.
studies. So is that
That's true.
like that?
Yeah, I do find that. So, 96 out of 96 in my class, at least 30 to 40 students would be preparing for civil services. That's a high number. Uh, but other than that, it's also about academics. So when you come to JNU, you may have something else in mind. You may be thinking, okay, after this, I'll work, I'll do this and that. But when you get taught by teachers like what I start the names that I mentioned, you also start believing that okay, academics is the area that I should explore, because it's about the quality of education that you get. So a lot of students who initially think they should go for civil services or even for the corporate jobs, they end up sitting for the PhD entrances or start writing NET or JRF exams or start exploring opportunities outside. So that's one thing. So around after out of 96, 30 would be interested in civil services. 30 to 40 students would be those who would want to go in academics. That gives us a figure around 36 or 37 students who are really interested in getting placements.
That's not much.
Yes.
That's again
Yes,
the
exactly.
and you're placed, you and the international trade students are all, you all get placements together.
Yes, so we are still collaborating, CITD and CESP. Whenever an opportunity comes, it's the same set of students, and it's a pooled placement process.
And how
The
does it,
company.
is it driven by the students and is it a
It's completely driven by students. Yes, we both have our separate placement committee. CITD has one, CESP has one, and we guys sit together and then function as a unit. Yes.
does everybody find placement?
Those who are willing and who are seeking placements, they do. Yes.
Mhm. And what would you say was the average salary packages that people got last year?
For I have figure for last year. I mean, because it's not. I mean, we don't have a other colleges like structure where there are like days or a week where everyone is coming. It's still open. The placement process is for our batch as well. But for last batch, I think it was somewhere around 12.5 to 13. The average was this. Yes, our senior batch.
Okay, that sounds great.
Yes.
For internships, does everybody do internships?
Yeah, so that's a little difficult for me to answer because for our batch, we couldn't get the break in between, so we could explore opportunities for
Very
placement. So
limited.
we had a running semester, so that's why I mean, our placement cell also couldn't get a lot of internships because the gap that we were getting was insufficient for placements and all. Yes.
Okay. Oh, but otherwise, I mean, is there
Otherwise, yes. Otherwise, these ministries and all, when you are in Delhi, you get a lot of ministries that contact you and they ask for interns. We provide them with interns and all. And corporates also, we had many good companies coming for internships pre-COVID. But after COVID, I mean, I think this batch will be the first batch who will get some time for internships. So hopefully they'll get good internships. But yes, if you're looking for an internships, you can get internships in JNU easily.
okay, great. And a lot of people apply abroad also after JNU. That is not an issue because the quality of teachers.
Yes. Yes, so that's where I found it very different from other colleges. So in other colleges also, when you study economics at this level, at a very good level, a lot of times you get disenchanted with subjects. You start feeling, okay, I am studying this, I am doing altogether this. But when you are in JNU, your interest for economics grows over time. So a lot of them go on doing PhDs from abroad as well as PhDs in JNU. So first preference, I think, for many students would be to just extend their stay on campus because if they start, I mean, leaving JNU is, I mean, I'm still figuring out how I'll survive after 3 months when my course is over. So a lot of them want to stay in JNU. They end up doing PhDs here, and by the I think a lot of our JNU PhDs are teaching now in DSC. I think majority of them have their PhDs from DSC from JNU. And yes, PhD abroad, it's a good option, and a lot of them explore. Plus, a lot of our professors have their PhDs or postdocs from abroad. So you can get very good recommendations if you have good grades. A lot of teachers have this requirement that you should perform well in their courses. Only then you will get good letter of recommendation.
Okay, that sounds
Yes.
also, I mean, it's fair.
Yes.
Great. So I think that's very informative. Anything else that you think that I'm missing that you'd like to mention about life there?
Yeah, I mean, if you're coming to JNU, you should have this in mind that it can be a cultural shock for you as well, because JNU it gives you extreme freedom, extreme independence, and a altogether different life. So a lot of times students also get, I mean, they start just focusing on everything around the campus rather than what they came for. So be very clear in mind what you came in JNU for, and if you are clear on that path, then you'll definitely succeed and have very good 2 years in JNU. Yes, that's it.
Good piece of
Thank you.
advice. All right. Thank you so much, Rajgeet, for your
Thank you,
time.
ma'am. Thank you.
And
Thank you very
this
much.
was highly informative for the students. Even I learned. Actually, my professor at SRCC,
Yes.
when I was planning to do my master's, he was from JNU and he didn't
Okay.
have to go to JNU.
Yeah. So
But
I
JNU or
mean,
DSE. He was very categorical about it, but it didn't happen. But I mean,
Or I mean, even when I talk to my brother, when I discuss it with those peers who went to DSE, so a lot of them, because of the course structure of DSE, I mean, it's tough. It's very difficult from JNU, I would say, because in JNU you're not pressurized. I mean, you're taught in a way that you'll start enjoying it, and if you're not enjoying it, you'll be out of class. I mean, you won't take classes and you won't do anything. So DSE has this very attendance and all those things. So a lot of students end up giving economics. I mean, giving up economics altogether. They start sitting for placements and then it's an end of road. But in JNU, you will develop interest. And that's why I think a lot of students end up doing PhDs. So your interest for economics won't die if you join JNU. It may or may die if you join DSE. That's the difference. Yes.
DSE stuff that is there. As far as I know, I think it's got the toughest course structure. Uh,
Yes.
all the institutes.
But yes, what I found was even in JNU, if you want to make your life tough in your second year, you can take these very mathematical optional. So KGD teaches game theory at a level, I would say, if not, he teaches at least as good as anyone else. I mean, it's a very good course, very rigorous.
That's
Like Sugato has his PhD from MIT, and he teaches work of this Joshua Angrist and all. I mean, he teaches only a lot of times only Nobel papers. So you're getting taught almost the most latest work that's going around in econometrics, and econometrics and game theory I think you can cover well. And auction, I think a lot of these professors, they don't teach auctions, but KGD takes it up in fourth semester. Yes. And you can take courses from CITD as well. So in your second year, it's like out of 4 courses, you can take up to two. Out of 8 courses of your second year, you can take up to 2 courses from other centers. So a lot of CESP students take their courses, CITD courses, and CITD people come to us.
that's nice.
Yes.
That's cross collaboration. All right. Thank you so much, Rajgeet.
Right. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Great
Bye.
chatting, great information, and I wish you all the very best for your career
Thank
and
you,
future
ma'am.
after JNU.
Thank you.